Hey ladies, it's Barbara and I am your one and only menopause drama mama. Ever since the news came out and they finally were taking off the black box on the HRT, the warning, I thought I'd do a video on literally all the major benefits that HRT gives women after, starting actually in perimenopause, all the way through postmenopause until the day we die. And I don't know if you watched my very, very first videos on why I started this channel. It was about literally every demon from hell was in my body after I went through started through perimenopause, but really fully into postmenopause. And I suffered so bad. I mean, I didn't sleep maybe 2 hours every night, and anxiety, depression, my cholesterol was off the charts. Um, I had heart palpitations that were literally so bad that I I thought every day like I was having a heart attack 10 times a day. That's what it felt like. So today I am going to do all the major benefits that HRT can do for women. And I am a strong proponent because I can definitely say all of this is true because it has helped me immensely, and not all women go through menopause the same, and we don't all feel the same after we hit our menopause years. But I know so many women who have suffered, and it's horrible. And I know they have the stigma of what the WHI study had done, and their doctors tell them. But I'm just going to tell you right away, so many benefits for HRT. And I hope one day, if you will get a menopause doctor, because in that description box below, I always link Menopause Society, and that is a worldwide website. Doctors are in that you can find near you for menopause. So I'm going to get into this right now. Now, for me, I gained weight horribly. I was always in shape. I always exercised. I always, at probably the age of 50, I totally gave up soda. I gave up all the crap that, I'd been putting in my body. But for some reason, and I didn't know this because doctors didn't tell me, was because I kept gaining weight and kept gaining weight. And so literally, this is what I looked like before menopause, and this is what I looked like after menopause. And I felt like shit. And I couldn't fit into clothes, and I kept gaining weight, and it just seemed like even if I wasn't eating unhealthy things, I gained weight just from drinking water, I swear. But so anyway, number one though, here are all the things that menopause um, we go through, but HRT can help you with it. So it will reduce your hot flashes and those night sweats, and they suck. And I can attest to that because I hate winter, and I used to have to go stand outside in sub-zero temperatures just to try and cool off. But HRT, and this is estradiol, is the one thing to take, and that is like I take the patch, and mine is a 0.5 milligram. And you can also get a 3/4 patch, and you can get a 1 milligram patch. And I had started on a 1 milligram patch, which is like this one, but it was too strong for me. So then they dropped me all the way down to the 0.5 milligram, but I think this might be too little for me. So when I have my next appointment, I'm hoping that we can try the 3/4 milligram patch. So estradiol is the one, and the micronized progesterone is the next one. And those are the two hormones that we have to replace in our body after we hit menopause. So why? It helps with reducing the hot flashes and your night sweats. It's like literally the most effective treatment for all the vasomotor symptoms, which is that thermostat in your brain. And it keeps, I did a video on this a while ago, quite a while ago. But that vasomotor, what it is, it's getting like this false signal that your body has a fever. So what it is doing is that sweating, it is trying to cool your body off. So it's like a broken thermostat. And when your body is it, because you don't have a fever, but that thermostat in our brain thinks it does. So it just makes us profusely sweat, and it just feels like we are burning up from the inside out. But HRT can help with that. It reduced it 100% for me. Um, it can also help with your improving that quality of sleep. And Lord knows I used to go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, wake up at 1 a.m., and be up for the rest of the day, except I would have to lay down usually about 3:30 in the afternoon. I could not, I couldn't make it through the day. I was so tired, exhausted. So I would sleep for like 1 hour. Um, so HRT will help improve your sleep because it will help with that regulating the temperature. It can what would it reduce your anxiety level, and that because that totally drives insomnia. And it'll help if you take like I do the magnesium glycinate at night with my micronized progesterone. You will sleep so much better and you will feel so much better during the day. I promise you. Um, the next one up is it'll boost your mood and like stabilize that emotional well-being in our body, because estrogen supports that whole mood stabilizer in our body, and it will help reduce your irritability. Because remember, even prior, well, actually growing up our entire lives since we went into um, having a period, every month our hormones were up and down and flying all over the place. And so now having HRT, it can like stabilize our body because of that loss in estrogen and progesterone. Um, it'll also help in supporting the brain health. And another one that it helped me so much. So, like, I couldn't focus before being on HRT. I had that total brain fog. Like, literally, it felt like I was already slipping into Alzheimer's, where I just couldn't remember things. I couldn't remember names, and it was horrible. But HRT helps with that. Um, so it'll totally reduce that brain fog associated with menopause. The next one is it can restore your vaginal health. And so it'll improve that dryness. It'll improve any burning or itching, and it'll reduce having infections down there. So that's a big one. So it'll totally help maintain you having a very healthy vagina. Next is it is good for improving your libido. And so by, having everything more lubricated again inside, you'll get that drive back in. And so your sex life won't decline, hopefully. But it also helps if your husband does something too, because even though their testosterone doesn't drop off all the way, they still are affected by what's it called? I can't even think of it right now for men, but they may not be performing very well either. Next is it'll help protect your bone density, and that's a big one because this will help prevent osteoporosis, which I have talked about in previous videos, where your osteoclasts are chewing your bones quicker than your osteoblasts can make them. And so you end up having more holes in your bones. And I've used this as an example before, that you could be walking and then you fall, and they say you've broken a hip. Once you probably have to end up in the ER, but they'll say that you broke your hip when you fell, but it's just the opposite. Your hip broke and then you fell, because osteoporosis can get that severe that your bones are chewed up to so many holes that they're that thin. So HRT will help with that, improving your bone density. Also, it'll help with your body composition. So, and this is a big one, and that's what I was telling you about when the first 5 years after I hit those postmenopause years, I just kept gaining weight. But this will help reduce that fat around all of your organs in your midsection. And that's a big one because with all that visceral fat building up around your organs, well, it can lead to a heart attack, and you don't want that. Um, the next, also, let me think here. Oh, yeah, muscle mass. This will help HRT with your muscle mass, and I lost a ton of muscle after I hit, my postmenopause years. So this will help with your muscle mass. And I have done in a different video, like with right now I'm drinking my mushroom coffee. And in my mushroom coffee, I have my Osteo Boost, which has the Fortibone in it. And I also have my micronized creatine in here. So totally, this is such a healthy cup of coffee because of the adaptogens in the mushrooms. And I have the Osteo Boost in here for my bones with the Fortibone, and the creatine for my muscles. So extremely, extremely healthy cup of coffee right now. So besides my HRT, I still do umpteen other things to help my body along so I can live a very happy, healthy life until I die. Also, this will help with supporting your metabolism. It will help regulate that insulin sensitivity that we get after the menopause years, and it can help reduce the risk of metabolic syndrome. Also, this will help with your heart. It supports heart health. And I remember in the WHI study, one of the things, that they had talked about was that HRT causes heart attacks, and that is not true at all. HRT prevents heart attacks. So this will help with the protective cardiovascular effects, the estrogen does. And 100%, I will attest to this also, it improved my cholesterol. My LDL, the bad cholesterol, dropped, and my HDL went up, which was the good cholesterol. This will also help reduce any joint pain and stiffness. And that's another one that I had. My hands hurt so bad prior to me being on HRT, but most of that went away. I mean, I still, will once in a while have a little aches or whatever, or if I'm using my hands a lot doing work and I'm, have my hands clenched, like if I'm painting a lot or whatever, then they'll get stiff. But HRT will help with that joint stiffness. It'll also help with improving your skin and your collagen, because HRT drives down that inflammation markers in your body. It'll also improve your bladder and pelvic health. So if you suffer from a lot of UTIs, putting HRT back, your hormones back into your body, reduces the risk of having more urinary tract infections. And then overall, it just enhances your quality of life. I know for me, my depression went away, my anxiety went away, depression went away mostly, except for now during the winter. It's just depressing because I can't get outside and I don't like being cold. So that's a seasonal depression for me on that level. But all my that anxiety went away, my panic attacks went away, the heart palpitations went away, my cholesterol went into the very good range. I lost all the weight that I gained, which is amazing. That makes you feel better right away, because when you look good, you feel good. I'm trying to think of other things that it helped with my brain fog. I don't have, I do still have some, but I think we all get that through our entire lives, where you just forget shit, but it's not like it used to be, because when I first went through that, like, I just couldn't remember anything. I couldn't even, it was bad. But, and the the hot sweats and the night sweats, the hot flashes, whatever, that went away for me too. So it improved that vasomotor symptoms that I was having. So that thermostat in the brain, got corrected too. So anyway, ladies, that 100% I am behind HRT. And if you can't find a doctor, or I would not do a general practitioner to talk to them about this unless they are extremely educated on menopause. I would seek out a menopause doctor, and I would highly recommend, you want to be on the patch for estradiol, not the pill, because the pill has to go through your liver, and that will cause liver damage. So you don't want to do that. So 100% recommend the patch for estradiol and micronized progesterone. Now, with my patch of a 0.5 milligram, I take 100 milligrams of micronized progesterone. But when I was on the 1 milligram patch of estradiol, I was on 200 milligrams of progesterone. So they'll increase your micronized progesterone with a higher level of estradiol. So, and that you put on, it's twice a week, tiny little patch. I change mine on Monday and Fridays. And the estradiol, so that's the estradiol patch. And the progesterone you take every night, one a night. So anyway, that is it. That very, very important major benefits for HRT. And ladies, I hope you enjoyed this very, very informative video. And if you did like it, please give me a thumbs up and share this information with any of your friends who may be going through perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause. I just wanted to say quick, so now that we are approaching Christmas quickly, I'm trying to get some paintings done for presents. The one here that has the northern lights, the water is totally wrong, so now I have to redo that. And then there's another one that I did right next to it, if I can turn this right there. So that one I also did for Christmas. So hopefully the people that I'm doing these presents for are going to enjoy these. I hope. Because I am looking forward to Christmas this year with my brother and sister-in-law coming in from Florida and spending the whole week with me. So I'm looking forward to it. Well, ladies, anyway, I know I rambled on a really, really long time for this video. So sorry about that. I love you guys. May you have an amazing day. And I am sending very high vibrations to you. And may you just have the best day ever. Love and hugs to you. And may I see you in my next video. Mwah. Take care, ladies. Love ya. Bye-bye.